Your Best Manager, episode 57. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Your Best Manager podcast, featuring interviews with senior managers and leadership experts, as well as practical advice for first-time managers. And after today's show, be sure to hop over to yourbestmanager.com and check out the free management course, Fully Engaged in 10 Days, where you will learn 3 critical components to increasing employee engagement on your team. Have fun! Are you ready to have your socks knocked off? I bet you're not, but your socks will be off. And no, you're not in a Dr. Seuss book, although that would be super cool. I'm just switching things up again, and I'm doing something different today, and that different something is I'm giving an announcement and a sneak peek of something that you visual learners are really going to love. And so I've got to tell you, it's Thursday night right now when I'm recording this, and this episode is going live tomorrow morning, which is Friday morning, and that's when you're hopefully listening to it. But guess what I did today? Today, I recorded the very first episode of Your Best Manager TV. That's right, I am launching a YouTube channel. And this YouTube channel is going to basically have weekly videos that are going to be about 5 to 10 minutes. And they're going to be either a summary of some of the things that are being talked about on the Your Best Manager podcast or something complementary to what's talked about on the podcast. But the whole point is to take some of the stuff I'm teaching and just make it more visual, more accessible, and more shareable to you, the listener, and now you, the viewer, which is super cool. And I'm going to tell you really quick where this idea or where this decision came from. But I've also got to tell you, I'm going to actually play the audio component or the audio portion of the video today because the actual channel is not launching until next Friday. But because I love you guys, you get to listen to the audio portion of what I've put together before anybody else in the whole wide world. And that should make you feel special because it makes me feel special. Anyway, so some of you know that, and I've shared this on the podcast, so if you've been listening for a while, you know this, but I run a private Facebook group called Uncover Your Leadership Potential. And through it, one of the things I do each week is whatever the podcast topic is on Monday, that's the theme for the week. And so I like to curate and share content over that week related to that topic. But one of the frustrating things I've found is anytime I try and find videos to share, there's just a lot of really crappy videos out there. And I say crappy for 2 levels, or on 2 different ways. So one, there's some really bad quality video on YouTube when it comes to leadership training and leadership development. But some of the good stuff is just, it doesn't get the message across that I want it to. Like it's just very fluffy, like, hey, believe in yourself and you're going to change the world type stuff. Or there's like 1,000 videos on what the difference is between a manager and a leader is. But some of the good videos, I just don't really know who the people are that put them together. And if I'm going to recommend you watch something, it should be someone that I know who it is. So anyway, so I decided why not avoid all this frustration and create some videos myself. And so that's where this came from. And so the episode 1 that you're about to listen to is kind of a summary of what's been talked about on a couple episodes here, and that is what's your number one responsibility as a manager, as a leader, which is results, and then what is shoulder-to-shoulder leadership. So I'm really excited to play that for you. Now, once I finish playing this clip, today's episode is going to end. So I'm going to give you my call to action before I actually hit the play button, and that is go subscribe to the YouTube channel. The channel, although it's officially launching next Friday, it technically exists. So if you go to YouTube and just search Jamie Newman, Your Best Manager, it'll pop up, and you just click and it'll say Jamie Newman, and then you're there. The thing is, right now I've only got 6 subscribers. I don't know where the 6 actually came from, because there isn't really much on there other than this podcast automatically gets published there, but I don't really do anything there right now. But I've got 6 subscribers, and I need to get to 100 subscribers. Because when I have 100 subscribers, then I can have a what's called a custom URL. So right now, if you were to go to my channel, it's like it's youtube.com/CT4F, I don't know, some code. And if I have 100 subscribers, then I can customize that. So it's like youtube.com/yourbestmanager or /Jamie Newman or something like that. So I want you to go over and subscribe. What I am going to be doing today, Friday, is at some point during the day, I'm going to be uploading the very first video to that channel, which is not episode 1. It's just going to be a little teaser thing. So go to YouTube and check out that teaser, subscribe, and it'll make me feel really awesome. And then when the channel goes live next Friday, you'll get notified of the video. You can watch it and you can have your socks knocked off. Oh, and one more thing, I will put the link to that YouTube channel on the show notes, and those show notes will be available at yourbestmanager.com/57 for episode 57. But without further ado, here is episode 1 of Your Best Manager TV. Recording video. Let me ask you a question. What's your number one responsibility as a manager, as a leader? Now, you might be tempted to say something like develop others or serve your people or engage your employees. And those are really good things, and those are very important things when it comes to fulfilling your number one responsibility as a manager, as a leader. But it's not your number one responsibility. So let me ask you another question. Why do you do what you do? Maybe you've got the title manager, maybe you don't, but you're a leader, or you want to be a leader. But leadership's tough, it's difficult, it's challenging, it's lonely. So why do you get out of bed each morning? Like, why do you do what you do? Now, your reason might be different from someone else's, but maybe it's about money. Maybe it's about providing for your family, or maybe it's about pursuing financial stability or financial freedom. Or maybe it's about building up your wealth and building up your influence so you can take that success and give it back. Or maybe it has nothing to do with money at all. Maybe it's about people. Maybe it's about creating stable jobs for your employees. Or maybe it's about helping other people achieve their goals and become successful. Or maybe it's about creating a work environment where people can come in each day and contribute and do meaningful work and do things of value in this world. Or maybe it's about your customer and the people you serve through your business. Or maybe your business and your company has a cause that you really align with, and you get up each day to fulfill that mission. But the question is, why do you do what you do? What gets you out of bed each morning? Okay, so I've got one more question for you. Can you accomplish your goals? Can you pursue your dreams? Can you reach your potential and live out why you got up this morning? Can you do that if the people you lead and the team you lead don't meet expectations or don't achieve results or don't perform at a high level? Like, how easy is it for a business to grow when it's not making money? Or how many jobs are created or opportunities are uncovered by mediocrity? Maybe you see the correlation here. Your number one responsibility as a manager and as a leader is performance, is to produce results. It's your job to get the most out of the people on your team so that you can create an environment and create the opportunities for success. That's it. If you're a manager today, that's why you have that title. It's your job to manage performance. Whatever your business model is, or the company or the organization you work for, in order for it to thrive, you need to achieve results. That's your job. But the problem is, if you focus too much on driving those results, well, you're in danger of neglecting your people. And you need your people. You need them to be happy and to be motivated. You need them to feel secure and feel valued and want to come into work each day and give 100% effort. But if all you do day after day is drive results, well, you're not taking care of your people. And then you become one of those bosses, the type of bosses that people quit on, or the type of boss that drives compliance over commitment. And we all know that compliance never yields 100% effort. And of course, the other side of the equation is maybe you spend too much time caring for your people. And that can be just as bad, if not worse. It's the curse of the nice boss. Your people love you. You're kind, you're caring, you're devoted, you're loyal, you're an encourager, you're a counselor. But sometimes you let performance slip, or sometimes you avoid the tough conversations, or you close your eyes away from the problems.
Sometimes you sugarcoat feedback, or you give people the benefit of the doubt too much, or you give too many second chances. Your people love you, but you're not taking them where they want to go. You're not driving results, you're not driving performance, and as a result, your people aren't reaching their potential. And so while you have a whole bunch of employees that love you, that'll run through walls for you, you're not achieving, and therefore you're not going to have the opportunities to live out the reason you got up this morning. That's a tragedy. So what's the solution? Well, obviously it's about finding a balance between caring for others and driving results, but how do you actually do it? And as much as I'd love to sell you a $25 quick fix, there isn't a quick fix for this, and it takes practice. But one of the best ways that I've seen some great managers strike that balance between driving those results and caring for their people is through shoulder-to-shoulder leadership. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's when you get your hands dirty and when you jump on the front lines with your employees where maybe you're more exposed and maybe you need to be more vulnerable and maybe you need to be more authentic, but those are good things. But where you're in proximity to your employees, literally working side by side in a way that your shoulders may actually touch. It's shoulder-to-shoulder leadership. It's when you look for opportunities to coach instead of shouting orders from the other side of your desk or typing out that cold email that just reminds your employees how bad they've missed the mark. It's about getting to know your team, but it's not just getting to know your team and giving them a pat on the back or giving them a pep talk or trying to motivate them. It's about literally working with them. It's about asking questions. It's about getting involved in their work. It's about hopping on the phone with a customer, diving into the work, pulling up a chair next to their desk, getting to know them as people, recommunicating your message, showing versus telling. And then it's about jumping out and building trust, because you don't have time, nor is it a good idea to do your employees' jobs for them. Equally, I'm not asking you to abandon your post. You've got work to do. And the best managers do this. The best managers look across their organizations, they look across their teams, and they find small opportunities to jump in, mentor, coach through their actions, drive results through their actions, show they care through their actions, and then jump out and let their employees take it from there. This builds trust. And your employees will now say, my boss is willing to get down on my level. My boss understands what I'm going through. He understands or she understands the challenges that I face. My boss cares about me. My boss is an expert. My boss communicates. My boss knows who I am. And then you know what happens? Your employees, your team members, they drive the results. They achieve high performance. They find opportunities to be vulnerable, ask for help, and they achieve success. You fulfill your number one responsibility as a manager and as a leader, and that's when you get the opportunity to live out the reason that you actually got out of bed this morning. That's shoulder-to-shoulder leadership. It's not cold, it's not distant, it's close, it's dirty, and it requires effort and it requires action. But man, is it effective.
All right, everyone, that does it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Now hop over to yourbestmanager.com and take advantage of the free tools, resources, and training which I've created exclusively for you, the next generation of leaders. Oh, and have fun.